February 2025 was a watershed month when 10 amazing products suddenly disappeared from the shelves of familiar grocery stores. In a matter of days, shock and confusion gripped consumers, as products that had been adorning store shelves for centuries and had become a symbol of quality and tradition suddenly disappeared. Why did this happen? What were the reasons behind this dramatic change? Could this phenomenon have been foreseen, and how did it affect the market, consumer habits, and production culture? Throughout this scenario, we will dive into the world of the 10 products that disappeared from the shelves in February 2025, examining the stories of their production, the reactions of consumers and experts, and the consequences that these events have caused in the global economy and cultural environment. This in-depth review will help us understand that even products that seemed unchanged can fall victim to global change, and will encourage us to think about the importance of sustainability and innovation in supply chains. 1. Organic honey. A sweet tragedy of nature. Organic honey has always symbolized the purity of nature, environmental awareness, and harmony between humans and the bee world. This product, which was made by craftsmen with respect for traditions and using natural methods, suddenly disappeared from store shelves. The reasons were twofold. On the one hand, an unexpected increase in demand caused a rush among buyers, and on the other hand, limited natural resources did not allow farmers to increase production. Experts noted that climate change and unexpected weather anomalies have affected the amount of nectar needed to produce this honey, and have also increased competition between producers who suddenly found themselves in a dilemma: how to maintain product quality while trying to meet growing demand. Farmers said that even increasing production capacity required significant investment in modern technology, which was not always possible due to economic instability. As a result, organic honey has become a symbol not only of a healthy lifestyle, but also of the fragility of traditional production on a global scale. Consumers, who rarely refuse this product, were forced to look for alternatives, and some even started organizing local initiatives to support beekeepers. This situation has triggered a wave of debate in society about the importance of investing in the sustainable development of the agricultural sector and preserving natural resources for future generations. 2. Premium cheeses, the lost art of taste. Premium cheeses have always been associated with exquisite taste and recognized quality. They were made according to traditional recipes using natural milk, and their maturation process was controlled by master cheesemakers who passed their knowledge from generation to generation. But in February 2025, for unknown reasons, the stocks of these delicacies suddenly decreased. One of the main reasons was a break in the supply chain caused by logistical problems. Transportation networks, which were used to delivering fresh cheeses to stores promptly, began to face delays due to political crises and rising fuel costs. Moreover, rising quality requirements and increased safety standards have put producers in a difficult position. Some cheese producers were forced to limit production or temporarily shut down operations, as it became almost impossible to ensure proper control over the ripening process. This situation caused not only economic losses, but also a cultural crisis. Premium cheeses have long been a symbol of the national culinary heritage, and their absence affected the gastronomic environment. Consumers who valued these cheeses for their rich flavor and tradition began to look for substitutes, but none of them could reproduce that unique harmony of taste and aroma. 3. Rare handmade chocolate, a taste that is not returned. Handmade chocolate has always been more than just a treat. It was a real art that reflected the creativity and skill of chocolatiers. Rare chocolate, created according to individual recipes, impressed with its unusual flavors, delicate texture, and unique combinations of ingredients. But since February 2025, the shelves where this delicacy was once stored have been empty. The reasons for the chocolate's disappearance were twofold. On the one hand, an unexpected increase in demand for exclusive sweets led to the depletion of stocks, and on the other hand, handmade production could not be increased on an industrial scale. The craftsmen who made this chocolate stated that, unlike machine production, each batch is created using special technologies that require time, patience, and precision. The economic difficulties caused by the global crises forced many chocolatiers to turn to more profitable production lines, which eventually led to the disappearance of traditional handmade chocolate from the market. For connoisseurs of this product, this was not only the loss of their favorite delicacy, but also a symbol of the loss of a part of cultural heritage that cannot be restored with the help of modern technology. 4. Energy drinks. The disappearance of drive energy drinks have always been a symbol of activity, drive, and the modern rhythm of life. They are popular among young people, athletes, and anyone looking for an instant boost for their bodies. But in February 2025, as if overnight, these products became rare. The main reasons were both global problems with the supply of key ingredients and changes in consumer preferences. Some manufacturers reported that shortages of certain ingredients, such as natural extracts and additives, forced them to discontinue certain product lines. In addition, growing competition among brands and a changing market have led to a review of product lines. Consumers who had enjoyed this drink for years were faced with a choice: look for new sources of energy or try to resume their usual rhythm of life without this product. The sudden disappearance of energy drinks has not only driven up prices for leftover stocks, but also forced the market to look for alternative solutions, from natural smoothies to innovative energy drinks made with new technologies. This phenomenon emphasized how closely the modern world is connected to rapid changes in supply chains, and how easily the drive that once seemed an integral part of everyday life can disappear. 5. Seafood delicacies, disrupting global supply chains. Seafood has always held a place of honor in global cuisine due to its delicate texture, exquisite taste, and high nutritional value. Exclusive delicacies such as caviar, oysters, shrimp, and other seafood have been a symbol of luxury and high status. However, in February 2025, seafood supplies suffered significant disruptions, and these products disappeared from the shelves of regular stores. One of the main reasons was a global logistics gap caused by political conflicts, export restrictions, and a sudden decline in production in fishing regions. The complex requirements for seafood storage, which require constant monitoring of temperature and transportation conditions, prevented organizations from responding effectively to the changing situation. This crisis has become a real challenge for all supply chains, from fishing cooperatives to large supermarkets. Producers reported that even if they had some stocks, storage and transportation problems prevented them from ensuring a constant flow of fresh seafood. For consumers, this was a blow. The products that have always been associated with festive mood and culinary delights suddenly became unavailable, forcing the market to look for new sources of supply and storage technologies. 6. Superfruits, a health deficit in every package. Superfruits such as goji berries, acai berries, pomegranates, and other exotic crops have always been considered a source of vitamins, antioxidants, and minerals that support immunity and promote a healthy lifestyle. However, the February shortage of these products surprised even the most knowledgeable consumers. On the one hand, unexpected climate change affected crops, and on the other hand, the growing demand for healthy food exceeded production capacity. Farmers specializing in growing superfruits talked about the difficulties of regulating temperature, moisture, and other factors that are critical for these delicate crops. In addition, global trade restrictions imposed due to political disputes have significantly affected the export and supply of these products to countries that imported them in large volumes. Consumers who were used to buying superfruits as part of their daily diet were faced with the choice of looking for alternative sources or giving up some of their favorite foods. This has led to an increase in the popularity of local producers who have begun to innovate in growing, using modern technologies to control growing conditions. However, so far, demand has exceeded supply, and superfruits have become a symbol not only of health but also of the fragility of the global food system. 7. Organic vegetables, the disappearance of the taste of naturalness. Organic vegetables have always been associated with purity, sustainability, and health. They were grown without the use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides, making them especially valuable for those who care about their health and the environment. However, in February 2025, organic vegetables disappeared from store shelves, leaving behind empty shelves and sad consumers. The main reason was a sharp rise in certification and quality control requirements, as well as an increase in the cost of producing natural crops. Farmers said that the new standards introduced by government regulators forced them to reformat their production, which significantly reduced the volume of supplies. In addition, changes in climatic conditions caused significant crop losses, which affected the availability of this product. This deficit was a real blow to those who have always bought organic vegetables as a symbol of care for their health and the environment. The situation has forced consumers to look for alternative sources, such as local farmers markets, communities that support organic production, and even to grow vegetables on their balconies or in their gardens. However, Without large-scale changes in the organic supply system, the issue of accessibility remained open. 8. Aged meat is a loss of culinary heritage. Aged meat, made using traditional technologies, has always been a symbol of culinary skill, true craftsmanship, and exquisite taste. This product requires special care at all stages of production, from the selection of high-quality raw materials to slow maturation in special conditions. But in February 2025, aged meat became scarce. The main problems were caused by interruptions in the supply of raw materials and logistical difficulties. The rising cost of feed and changes in production processes forced many producers to reduce output, and some were even forced to temporarily suspend production. In addition, the technological chains responsible for the maturation and storage of meat failed to adapt to the new conditions in time, which led to a further decrease in market stocks. For fans of aged meat, this was not only the loss of a delicious delicacy, but also a symbol of the loss of a part of the cultural heritage that had been passed down from generation to generation. Conversations in culinary circles were filled with regrets about the times when aged meat was affordable, and each can or package was a real work of art. Producers began to look for new methods to restore traditions, but it was difficult to return to previous volumes. 9. Exotic spices. The loss of flavors from distant lands. Exotic spices have always given dishes a unique aroma and taste that transported us to distant lands and opened up new culinary horizons. These rare mixtures, created according to centuries-old traditions, were popular among both professional chefs and amateurs. But in February 2025, the disappearance of exotic spices became one of the most discussed topics. The main reasons for this phenomenon are related to rising global prices for raw materials, import problems, and changes in trade flows. Many countries that exported these spices have experienced economic difficulties, which has led to a decline in production. In addition, logistical problems related to international sanctions and political conflicts have made supplies unstable. The result was that even the most beloved blends became rare, and consumers were forced to look for alternatives, usually cheaper and less flavorful. Experts warned that the lack of exotic spices could lead to the loss of part of the cultural heritage, as these products have always been a symbol of the richness of tastes and traditions of different nations. Discussions in the culinary community have become philosophical reflections on the importance of authenticity and preservation of cultural identity in the global world. 10. Craft bread is a symbol of comfort and community. Craft bread has always been not just a food product, but a real work of art that symbolizes care for quality, traditions of artisanal production, and love for fresh, natural food. Its flavor, texture, and taste were associated with home warmth and comfort. However, in February 2025, craft bread disappeared from the shelves, which was a blow to all connoisseurs of natural and authentic products. The main reason for this phenomenon was the rise in the cost of high-quality grain used to bake bread, as well as supply disruptions due to logistical problems and changes in market policy. Small bakeries that had preserved traditional recipes and production methods were forced to limit production or temporarily close their doors as it became extremely difficult to ensure the stability of their processes. Consumers felt a loss not only because of the disappearance of delicious bread, but also because of the symbolic loss of community. Bread has always been the center of family gatherings, a place where people shared stories, supported each other, and created cultural heritage. The loss of craft bread became a catalyst for new initiatives. Local bakeries began organizing workshops and forming communities with the support of government programs aimed at reviving traditional production. This process gave hope for the restoration of those tastes and traditions that seemed lost, but at the same time raised the question, can we preserve authenticity in a world where global crises are changing everything around us? The disappearance of 10 amazing products from store shelves in February 2025 was not just an economic anomaly, but a real signal to rethink the system of supply, production, and consumption. This phenomenon has made consumers and producers think about how fragile the system that provides us with the most basic necessities can be. Experts note that global challenges, from climate change to political crises, can affect the availability of even those products that we consider unchangeable. At the same time, this situation has opened up new opportunities for innovation. Local farmers, artisans, bakers, and craftsmen have begun to form cooperatives, introduce modern storage and production technologies, and experiment with new recipes and production approaches. Consumers have been given the opportunity to rethink their priorities. From the habitual consumption of mass-produced goods to supporting local producers, environmental awareness, and cultural authenticity. The new market models that emerged in response to the crisis have created a more resilient system that can adapt to change. At the same time, the disappearance of products such as organic honey, premium cheeses, or craft bread has served as a reminder that the future depends on people's ability to invest in quality, tradition, and innovation. This story carries an important message. Global crises can change our world suddenly, but through joint efforts, support for local initiatives, and conscious choices, we can not only survive these challenges, but also build a sustainable future where every product has its own value and meaning. In summary, we can say that the February period of 2025 was a test for all of us. The disappearance of 10 amazing products not only caused an economic and cultural crisis, but also stimulated innovation, rethinking of priorities, and the search for new ways of development. This is a story about loss, but also about hope, about recovery, about returning to true values, and about the ability to adapt to the changes that are inevitably coming to our world. As we observe the changes in the market, we must realize that each of us is responsible for our own future. Supporting local producers, being aware of sustainability issues, investing in quality and environmental safety are the steps that will help us avoid future crises. Let the experience of the February 2025 changes be a lesson to us that the global supply chain is not an immortal machine, but a system dependent on human decisions and actions. Every choice we make, every purchase we make, can contribute to building a sustainable and reliable future. Let's remember these 10 amazing products not as a loss, but as an opportunity for new beginnings, for creating alternative solutions, and supporting the traditions that inspire us to be better. May our awareness and responsibility help bring back to the markets not only the missing products, but also the integrity, quality, and cultural heritage they symbolize.